But in fact, there have been periods of time in our history where a president inspired the American people to do better. And I think we're in one of those moments right now.
Barack Obama is projected to be the next president of the United States of America. NBC News calling for the Democratic candidate. The states of California,
Washington, Oregon, and Hawaii. CBS projects that Senator Barack Obama of Illinois will be the next president of the United States.
Not God bless America, God damn America. That's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than human.
I'm getting ready to buy a company that makes about $250,000, $270,000, $80,000 a year. Your new tax plan is going to tax me.
But then she goes on to say, and I'll quote it for you. She says, "I would hope that a wise Latina woman with the richness of her experiences would more often than not reach a better conclusion than a white male."
Under my plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket.
Why shouldn't we start with single payer new?
Well, because we don't have the votes for it. I wish we did. I think if we get a good public option, it could lead to single payer, and that's the best way to reach single payer.
And you want us to believe that a government that can't even run a cash for clunkers program is going to run 1/7 of our U.S. economy.
I happen to be a proponent of single-payer universal health care plan.
And next to me was a guy from the insurance company who then argued against the public health insurance option, saying it wouldn't let private insurance compete. He was right! Here's what I told him. I said, "Excuse me, sir, the goal of health care reform is not to protect the private health insurance industry." And I am so confident in the superiority of a public health care option that I think he has every reason to be frightened.
Barack Obama and domestic terrorist Bill Ayers, friends. They've worked together for years, but Obama tries to hide it. Why?
Obama spoke with Chicago Public Radio and said this.
The Supreme Court never ventured into the issues of redistribution of wealth and sort of more basic issues of political and economic justice in the society.
If you get sick in America, this is what the Republicans want you to do. If you get sick, America, the Republican health care plan is this. Die quickly.
Now, the video shows Van Jones, the former communist turned White House green job czar, in an expletive-laced rant against Republicans. Now, he was asked by somebody in the audience why Democrats don't use their overwhelming majority in the Senate to push through legislation. Now, the questioner claimed the Republicans used that strategy for years, and according to Van Jones, well, here's why.
Well, the answer to that is they're
and that answers the why not question. There's usually not a good reason. And then the third lesson and tip actually come from two of my favorite political philosophers, Mao Zedong and Mother Teresa.
This application provides access to the DOT car system. When logged onto the car system, your computer is considered a federal computer system, and it is property of the United States government, or any or all uses of this system, and all files on this system may be intercepted, monitored, recorded, copied, audited, inspected, and disclosed to authorized cars, DOT, law enforcement personnel, as well as authorized officials of other agencies, both domestic and foreign.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well-funded.
Everybody somewhere between the ages of 18 and 25 will serve 3 months of basic training and understanding in a kind of civil defense.
This is America. This used to be America.
It ain't no more, okay?
days away from fundamentally transforming the United States of America.
We bombed Hiroshima, we bombed Nagasaki, and we nuked far more than the thousands in New York and the Pentagon, and we never batted an eye.